So your fountain pen is writing too dry, or maybe it's writing too wet. I'm Kevin from Fountain Pen Revolution, and let's talk about it. If your pen is writing too dry, then some of the symptoms might be that the lines look faint on the page and not really very saturated, or the pen might be skipping, or if it's a flex pen, it might be railroading more than you'd like. If the pen is writing too wet, you might find that the ink is feathering, it looks fuzzy on the page, or maybe it's even bleeding through to the other side of the page, or worst case scenario, maybe it's dripping ink onto the page as you write. We're going to talk about each of these issues, how to diagnose it, and ways to fix it. We're going to start off with a pen that's writing too dry. Whenever a customer walks into the store and says, hey, my pen is skipping or it's writing really dry, the first question I always ask is, when was the last time you cleaned the pen? The truth is that 90% of the time a pen is dry or skipping, it's just gummed up. It's got some dried ink or debris or oils, and you just need to take it apart or use some pen flush or something and clean it out. We have a lot of videos on cleaning pens, so I'm not going to address that here. Let's assume then that the issue isn't that the pen is dirty. What else could it be? The second question I always ask is, well, what kind of ink are you using? You see, some inks are drier and don't flow as well as other inks. I've got a bottle of an ink called Platinum Carbon. It's a black ink that's waterproof on my desk. It's just a drier ink by nature because it's waterproof. And so if your pen is not flowing very well and you've got that ink in it, you might just need a more free-flowing ink. There are inks with shimmer and sheen in them. Organic Studios is famous for some of their inks that have a lot of sheen. But the thing is inks that sheen a lot are also very, very saturated inks. They have more particulate matter, and they're more likely to clog up a pen and cause it to skip or write dry. So you may just need to switch over from the ink you're using to a more free-flowing ink. Or an alternative, we have a product we call Railroad X that we designed as an ink lubricant to help make flex pens railroad less. But it's really just an ink lubricating additive that can also be added to any ink to make it more free-flowing. All right, so let's say it's not the ink. What could it be next? You might consider it might just be the nature of the pen. Some pens are designed to write a little drier. They're better for pocket carry and bumping around. Some pens are designed to write wetter. I mentioned this specifically as Fountain Pen Revolution because we're sort of famous for making pens with Ebonite feeds that are designed to lay down a whole lot of ink with a flex nib. Let me illustrate the difference for you here. Right here, I've got a pen with an Ebonite feed called a Jaipur V2, and I've got a pen with a plastic feed called the FPR Darjeeling, and it's not going to lay down as much ink. It's safer for pocket carry, though. So let me show you the difference. So I'm going to take this Jaipur V2, and you can see that I'm really pushing it pretty quick on the flex and laying down a lot of ink. So that's a great benefit if you have a flex pen. I'm going to try the same thing with the Darjeeling, and what you're going to see is that I'm going to have to go a lot slower as I write. And even at that, I'm getting some significant railroading. It's just a difference in the pen. If you bought a pen that has a flex nib on it and you want it to be wetter, you might check to make sure you got a pen with an Ebonite feed. You might want to upgrade to something like that. All right, what to check next? You want to check to make sure that the tines, if your fountain pen's writing too dry, that the tines aren't too close together. You see the ink flows down the slit of a fountain pen nib. And if those tines are pushed together too much, it can be choking out the ink flow. I found this nib in our stock room, and I'll show it to you. You can see that the tines are really close together on this pen. They're really pushed close together, and the ink is pretty much guaranteed to not flow well out of this ink. So I'm going to show you how I open nib tines. It can be scary. You can ruin a nib. You might want to be careful. You might want to ask a professional, but I thought I'd show you what I do. In this case, when the tines are too tight, I take the nib and I press the tip against the back of my my thumbnail. Now, I use my thumbnail and not the table or something like that because I want to have the maximum amount of feel for how much pressure I'm putting on this nib because I don't want to put too much pressure and spring the nib, right? So I'm going to take that nib and I'm going to press it on the back of my thumbnail till I see those tines open. And then I'm going to get a loop and I'm going to take a look at the nib to see if I've opened up the tines any. If I haven't, then I'm going to go back to the drawing board and I'm going to press a little bit harder. And I'm going to do that over and over again until I've opened up those tines just a little bit. Again, you're just looking for just a little bit of a gap. And I think we should be there now on this nib. Okay, yeah, take a look now. You can see that now the tines are more open and this nib is going to flow more freely. All right, the next issue I want to talk about, I say for the end of the dry pen section, because these issues can cause a pen to write too dry, but they can also cause a pen to write too wet. So these issues can go either way. You want to take a look at the alignment of the nib and feed and make sure that everything looks as it should be there. I want to show you this pen. You can see in this pen that there's a gap between the nib and feed. The nib and feed should always be touching on a fountain pen. And so if there's a gap, like I just showed you in that pen, it will definitely impact ink flow. Might make it too dry, might make it too wet, but it'll definitely have an impact. The opposite could also be true. You could have a pen where the feed is pushing against the nib too much and opening up the tines. I'll show you this pen. That's exactly the case here. This pen would need a heat set or to have the nib and feed removed and reinstalled and fixed somehow. You also want to make sure that the nib is not rotated off center of the feed. You see the feed has an ink channel where the ink flows down. And as we mentioned before, the nib has a slit where the ink flows down. And if those become misaligned, then it can cause flow issues. Let me show you this nib. You can see that the nib and feed aren't really in good alignment. Fortunately, the fix for this is super easy. I'm just going to pull out the nib and feed from the nib collar like that. I'm going to pick up the nib and feed. I'm going to realign them. And then I'm just going to push that back into the nib unit. Boom, that should fix the problem. All right, now let's switch over and talk about pens that are writing too wet. One complaint people have when they say their pen is too wet is they say that the ink is feathering on the paper. What that means is the line looks fuzzy or it's even bleeding through to the other side. Believe it or not, when this happens, the culprit really isn't the pen. It also isn't the ink. It's usually the paper. You see, fountain pen ink is super wet and runny. And on a cheaper paper, that means the ink can soak into the paper fibers or even all the way through to the other side of the page and cause bleed through. The key is going to be to upgrade to a nicer, more fountain pen friendly paper. I brought some samples. I've got a Rhodia pad. That's what I was writing on today. Rhodia is one of my favorites. Great paper. Clairefontaine is another company that makes great paper. You've got Tomoe River if you like paper that's a little bit lighter weight. This is 52 GSM paper. We do have a whole nother video on pens feathering and bleeding through, so you might consider checking out that video as well. But you might really have a pen that's too wet and it's blobbing ink on the page. As you write, every once in a while, it will drip a little bit of ink. Almost always, the cause of this is too much air getting into the system. You see, fountain pens essentially breathe. They take in air and they breathe out ink. But if too much air gets into the system, then too much ink will invariably come out of the pen. So let me show you some things to check to see if this might be the cause. The first thing I want to do, if the pen is converter filled, is I want to take that nib unit and that converter and I want to make sure there's a good seal, a good connection between the two. I stretched out this converter on purpose so you can see it's really loose on the back of that nib unit. That looseness is going to allow extra air into the system. You're probably going to need a new converter, maybe a new nib unit, but there should be a nice tight seal between those two. Or several of the pens that we sell have threaded converters that thread into the back of the grip section. For these converters, it's important to add a little bit of silicone grease to the threads of the converter, just like that. And this prevents any air from flowing through those threads and causing a leak. The next thing I want to do is just check to make sure I've got a good converter. Do I have a faulty converter? Here's how I check that. This is an extra large converter that we use in our FPR Ashoka, and the larger size makes it easier to show you what I want to show you. The way I test a converter is I lick my finger and I put it on the converter and I twist. And the suction should build up such that when I pull it off my finger, you hear that nice pop. That means there's a good suction there. Or it might even hold on to your finger. Like that, right? That means the converter has good suction. It means no air is getting to the other side of the seal. If you don't hear that popping sound, or if it won't hold on to your finger, it might mean that seal is bad and you actually need a new converter. All right, next thing to check is the nib unit. Sometimes these nib unit collars can crack. You get a crack in the back here or sometimes in the thread. You want to take a real good look at that nib unit. As you can see, this nib unit has a crack in the back of the threads. That's something that might cause a pen to leak. Speaking of nib units, you want to make sure that the nib unit is screwed all the way into the pen, especially if your pen is piston filled or vacuum filled or something where the body of the pen is the ink reservoir. If that nib unit is a little bit loose, then it can allow air and ink through those threads that will cause an extra ink extra leak. And the last thing I want to mention, again, if your pen is piston filled or vacuum filled where the body of the pen is the ink chamber, then you want to check any seams in the pen to see if maybe there might be some cracked glue or a crack somewhere that's letting extra ink out. So on this particular pen, you can see it has an ink window. So the grip section is glued onto the ink window, which is glued onto the barrel. So there is a seam here. So I might want to check and see if maybe the glue at that seam has broken loose. Here's how I'm going to do that. If I was going to do that right now, I would fill this pen and I would wipe it down real nicely and I would lay it on my desk, cap off, and I'd leave it for about 10 minutes. And then I'd come back to it with a white tissue and I would wipe all of those seams. And if there's any leak there, then some ink will show up on your white tissue. And if that's the case, then the pen's going to need replacement or repair. All right, quick recap. If your pen is too dry, make sure you have a free-flowing ink. Make sure you have a pen that's designed to write the way you want to write, an Ebonite versus a plastic feed. Check those tines. Make sure they're not too tight. Check the alignment of the nib and feed. If your pen is writing too wet, you might just need some nicer paper that can handle the ink flow better, or you want to check to make sure that there's no air leak that's causing extra air to get into the pen somewhere. Hopefully that solves the problem, and if it doesn't, please email us. We'd love to lend a hand.